Good evening and welcome to 100% LCFC. It's the Monday night Fanzine. Get your views in, get your comments in. Let me know what you thought to Leicester's performance at Man City at the weekend. Obviously a defeat following the Norwich draw, 3-1 away at Man City. What did you think to the performance of the ref? I thought that was a little bit dubious. Good evening to Matthew Bond. He is watching. If you would like to get your comments in, let me know. Ross Howard is watching. Ross, get your views in. David Hart is watching, and Dave Felsted. Get your views in. Get your comments in. Want to know what you guys thought about the match on Saturday. Obviously, very disappointing that we lost 3-1. We were in it. I thought we were in it to an extent, even at 2-1 down. Harvey Barnes, we must talk a little bit about Harvey Barnes. Had a great chance. Not the easiest, but he did have a good chance. And could have made it 2-2. Should the ref have given him a penalty for that? We think it was a penalty watching it. Good evening, David Hart, Keith Goodall, Andy Medhurst. Ross Howard says, shout out to my mum, Rowena Howard. It's her birthday today. 62. Good evening to Rowena Howard. Happy birthday to you. What did you think to the ref's performance on Saturday? And what did you think to Harvey Barnes missing that? I don't want to put all the pressure on Harvey Barnes, but he certainly has missed a few chances here and there for us. And it did swing the game in a way, because if he'd have scored that at 2-1 and if the ref had given us that as a penalty, you know, especially after you saw what happened at the Chelsea game yesterday, could have been a very different result. Although I've got to be honest, and I'm being honest about it, I don't think we particularly deserve to get much from that game. What do you think? Graham Ball says, Merry Christmas. Yes, indeed, Graham. Merry Christmas to you. Andy Meadow says, Merez ripped us another backside and we got taught a lesson. We certainly did. Jake Palmer says, I think Harvey needs to improve a little bit more. David Barker says, maybe we should have got that draw. Andrew Turlington, good evening to you. Trevor Hunt, hello. Happy Christmas to you as well. Pauline, hello. Thanks, Pauline. Get your comments in. Let us know. Matthew Bond says, I think it was top six bias again. The Premier don't want us minnows in there. Talking about, obviously, the penalty decision for that wasn't given for Leicester, but very similar situation for Chelsea, and it did happen that way. Paul Burdett says, I think we would have won it if it had gone to 2-2. But I tend to agree with Andrew Turlington, who says, do you know what? I think we were outplayed. Anthony Howard says that as well. Man City outplayed us completely. I thought they did. And I tell you, again, just views, my views are a little bit is we were clearly getting outplayed. I thought Man City were being very, very pressing, very aggressive pressing in a good way for them. And we just kept playing out from the back again. And sometimes I think you've got to think you're at the Etihad. It wasn't working for us. I think we should have changed it around. I thought Brendan Rodgers should have stopped us playing that ball out slowly from the back. And we could have gone a little bit more direct. Did we look a bit frightened by Man City? Again, were we caught in the headlights, a bit like we were at Old Trafford? Did we give Man City too much respect? Will we do the same against Liverpool? Get some of your comments in and let me know here. I am going to give you the results. We ran 3 competitions this month. One was by Emergency Glazing Services to win that Kasabian jacket. I've got the results of that one. Also got the results of the Everard's Tiger keg, mini keg that we give away every month. Got the results of that. And finally got the results of the pink Leicester City shirt, thanks to our pals at Pink Vehicle Leasing. Now, I hear there's no more pink shirts left to buy. They've all gone. They've all been sold out. Good news is we've got another one of those to give away next month, and the month after, and the month after, and the month after that. So pink shirts, if you want to get one, probably the only place you're going to get one now is to win one for free from us. Anyway, back to your comments. Please keep getting them in. Mark Gatwood on YouTube says, Merez wouldn't have got the goal without De Bruyne. Mark, what do you reckon to Ben Chilwell's performance? I don't want to be too harsh about Ben Chilwell, because I actually thought, generally, I think he's been really good this season, but I did think he got exposed. But was that he wasn't being helped out enough there? Mark Gatt would like to know your views on that. Kenny Giddings says, Christmas, we're second in the league, semi-final of a cup, and devastated by a loss to the champions, not too shabby. Totally agree with you, Kenny. I think we should all be super buzzing that at Christmas Day, Leicester City are second in the Premier League. Like you say, in a cup semi-final. Have you got your tickets yet? Don't forget they're out now for all the season ticket holders. Andrew Turlington says, think the title is a bridge too far for us this season, but the top 4 is well within our grasps. Do you agree with Adam there? I think Adam's on something there. I think the title, I'm not going to say it's over yet, but it does feel like it's going to be a big ask. But it starts on Boxing Day with the game against Liverpool. Really interesting to see what that is. Bailey Games 247 on YouTube says the better team won. We should have had that penalty, but either way, we just weren't good enough. Do you agree with Bailey, who's over on YouTube, saying that? Chris on Facebook, Chris Hand says, we'll just have to put it down to a bad day and move on. Look at what we're doing here. Any Leicester City fan would have taken this at the start of the season. Andy Medhurst says, Pontus Kamart, going back a few decades. When was Pontus last playing for us, Andy? Anyway, Andy says, Pontus Kamart would have destroyed Perez. Paul Bird is saying, Perez is poor. What's happened to him? What are we seeing the true Perez? I know a few Newcastle fans said when we signed him, he's a good player, he's a great player, but he is a 1 in 6, maybe a 1 in 10 player. And I think if we're honest with Perez, we've seen flashes of some really good stuff. He obviously got that hat-trick away at Southampton, but not seeing too much more. LCFC Boyer on YouTube, that's Anthony Howard. Go and make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Says top 4 would be great and very doable. I agree with you, Anthony. Correct. This, do you know what, this hat? Hopefully you all got one of these. Blooming, it's a bit hot trying to do it in this today. Paul Wilson says, love it when we beat Liverpool, got a good feeling. John Squire says, look, it was just a bad day at the office. Let's rock onto the King Power on Boxing Day and beat Liverpool. That's John Squires is saying that. Richard Wilson is watching on Facebook. Richard, get your comments in, get your views in, and don't forget we are live on Facebook and on YouTube tonight. Ian Reed saying Perez was too open on the right. I agree with you, Ian. I think that Riyad was given way too much space, way too much time. But he was also, I don't think Ben Chilwell was, I think to be fair, we were just being torn to shreds a little bit by Man City. Jack Marsden, hello to you. Hope you're watching and enjoying it tonight. Mark Gatwood again on YouTube says, oh, if we play more directly, then I think we should get something out of the Liverpool game. Kevin Atkins is watching. Get your views in, Kevin. Josh Butler says, against Man City, we should have wrapped it up in the first half. Don't think they should have had a penalty. It was very soft, but Sterling had his foot going before Ricardo got to him. Chilwell was exposed, and it wasn't working for him. We were all over the place, and this wasn't our fast tempo. I don't know if we're going with this kind of form and commitment against Liverpool, how we're going to do. That was quite a long one, but thank you for that. Josh Butler getting his views in. If you want to get your views in, I will read out as many as I can. We're literally getting hundreds of comments in tonight, which is great. Jackson Junie, good evening to you. Thanks for watching. David Hart says top 4 is definitely achievable. Do you agree with David Hart? Do you think we can get top 4 this season? Certainly, I think that's more than achievable, but I think the Liverpool game is critical. I think if we were to lose at home against Liverpool, I think most of us would have to probably think that the title race was pretty much over for Leicester. Would you agree with that? I don't want to jump in there. LCFC Boyer on YouTube, that's Anthony, says King Power needs to be buzzing. Anthony, what was going on against Norwich, the last home game? It wasn't, for me, it wasn't buzzing that day against Norwich. I'm sure against Liverpool, everybody is going to be absolutely super excited. Josh says, there are questions and debate past couple of weeks saying, would you swap Vardy for Suarez from Barcelona? I don't think I'd swap Jamie Vardy for anybody at the moment, if I'm honest with you, Josh. Why would we want to swap the Premier League top scorer for anybody? I wouldn't want to swap him for Harry Kane. I'd want Jamie Vardy. Jack also then goes on to say, we were far too respectful of Man City. Should have shown aggression and closed them down. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with Jack there? I know what he means. It was a very frustrating watch against Man City because it felt like, again, we stuttered at what do you say, at the races. We weren't quite at the races that day. Paul Burgett says, I think we can make top 4. David Barker says, lose to Liverpool, need to consolidate and finish second. Man City obviously are on our heels now. Chelsea winning. I thought Chelsea winning at Spurs yesterday did us a favour. I think the more we can keep the rest of the non-top 4 teams away from us. Man United, thanks Nigel Pearson. Nigel Pearson took Watford and beat Man United. Why Isaac on YouTube says Jamie Vardy is on fire. Champions, Isaac goes on to say Vardy, Schmeichel and Evans, they're all on fire. The rest cracked under the pressure. What do you all think about Perez and Harvey Barnes? Just, are they slightly some of the weaker side at the moment? Do we need to strengthen in January in some of these positions or not? Keith Goodall says, Phil, are you the elf on the shelf? And I feel like it tonight, honestly, with this on. Do you know when we were at the Norwich game, I had my hat on like this. I didn't realise. And the bloke behind me had to tap me on the shoulder. I was like, what have I done wrong? And he said, excuse me, can you put your hat down? Because it is too tall. There you go. Can you see it? He says, put your hat down. I can't see the match. I don't think against Norwich he missed that much, to be honest. There we go. Very dashing. David Hart says, not a fan of Chilwell, but he was let down by Barnes not helping him out. I agree with you, David. That's exactly what I was thinking, is the fact that he didn't get much support, Chilwell, on Saturday. And I think he was having to cover Soyuncu and Evans a little bit at times. We were just getting ripped to bits. Adam Tucker on Facebook says we need 2 new wingers. Mick Hewitt again on Facebook says title race is already over. We need to concentrate on staying in the top 4. Our bench isn't strong enough. Lawrence Tiddy, have I said that right? Lawrence over on YouTube says never rated Perez before he came to Leicester. My opinion hasn't changed. LCFC Boyer again on YouTube says we need a quality winger. Do you agree with that? Do we need a winger? Do we need backup for Jamie Vardy again? I talk about plan B. Iheanacho didn't come on Saturday. I wondered if that was a game for Iheanacho to come on against his old club. He's had some recent form, Iheanacho. Could he have come on? Would you have put Iheanacho on instead of the changes that we made? Andy on Facebook says, Andy Meadows says, to get to the top 4, we need new players in January that have been there, as in been in that top 4. So Andy Meadows is talking about quality players. All right, Andy, back to you. Who would you sign, Andy? Who would you sign? Let's have some names. Jack Marsden says, a few new names in January. I think Gray needs to run at players, and I think Albrighton and Fuchs need to start. Would you give Fuchs a start against Liverpool? I don't think you will, to be fair with you, Jack. I think it will be Ben Chilwell. Adam Tucker says, Nacho is a striker who likes to play straight down the middle. Jack Marsden is saying, against Liverpool, we need to play a 4-4-2. Mark Gatwood says over on YouTube, Perez went missing in the Man City game. I'm not convinced by Perez, if I'm honest with you, Mark. Are you? I'm not so sure he'd start. I think we'd get a little bit more consistency if Mark Albrighton, you know I'm a big fan of Mark Albrighton, but I think we'd get good consistency if Mark Albrighton started ahead of Perez. The thing is, we bought Perez for, what was it, 30 million in the summer, and therefore I think he gets into the side by almost default because we've spent that much money on him. And that means Mark Albrighton has been sidelined a little bit. Right, let's get back to some more comments. LCFC Boyer is coming up with some names here for January signings. He's saying Ryan Fraser and Leon Bailey. Do you agree with that? Why Isaac or Zayek on YouTube says, unfortunately, we've given Damari 4 years and he's never really impressed me. Sorry, Gray, I'm not convinced by Damari Gray. Dave Felstead says, no, I'd sell Nacho, not been impressed by him. Simon Mack is watching. Don't forget, Simon Mack does our preview reports and post-match fan reports. They're on LeicesterFanTV.com. Don't forget, that is the place to go and get all your different content. We tend to put it all on there. So if you're trying to find it, doesn't matter if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you're watching, go to LeicesterFanTV.com and you can see it. Now, let's reveal the first winner of one of our competitions. The competition was on the website and it was sponsored by Emergency Glazing Vehicles. Thanks, Brad Lingard and all the guys over there at Emergency Glazing. It was to win a Kasabian jacket. Now, I can reveal to you the winner of that first competition is, if there was a drum roll, we would have it, but here it is. It is, and apologies on YouTube, it's back to front. I've got my camera wrong on YouTube. Or is it the right way around? Who knows? Anyway, it is Rachel Rourke. Am I saying that right? Anyway, Rachel, well done. You have won the Kasabian jacket. Inbox me, or I'll send you an email, because everybody who entered had to give their email addresses. So I will send that. It won't be till after Christmas, unless I can get it to Santa tonight and he can deliver it tomorrow night. But that's the first winner of the Kasabian jacket. Well done. We're starting some new competitions after Boxing Day, but well done. Keith Goodall says, yes, I won again. Kasabian. Keith, you didn't win, mate. That's not your name, Keith, is it? Andrew Turlington is getting back to the football chat. We'll announce the next competition in a couple of moments. Andrew Turlington says, we're second in the league. Why do we need to sign anyone? I think, Andrew, just because I think we need to sign somebody, because I think that shows intent in January. Do you agree with me? Do you think we need to sign somebody, or do you think, no, we're happy enough? I just think we need, you never rest. If you're doing well, you never rest on your laurels. And I just think maybe one or two new players would be good. For me, I said it at the start of the season, I say it now, I think we need another striker. I think we've got plenty of midfielders, plenty of wingers, which we can play around with. I think in the striking, we were losing on Saturday. We were losing 3-1. And normally when you're losing, you try and put on another striker to mix it up. And we just haven't got that. I know, I hope Nacho does well, but I don't think he is that sort of like get him on player and he's going to do something. So for me, it would be to get a striker. And you know who I'm going to say? I'm still going to say get Mitrovic in from Fulham. I still think every reason he's playing at a championship club, I think he would fit the bill. I know I said it before the summer, and I'll still say it now. That would be the player I'd bring in. Something different to Jamie Vardy, Mitrovic is. Do you agree with me, or do you just think I'm still barking up the wrong tree? Chappers is watching. Don't forget to get tuned into Chappers' podcast that will come out later this week. And let me know, is Mitrovic the right sort of signing, the wrong sort of signing? If you can drop us a like, if you can drop us a share, that would be great. And I'll announce the next winner of the next competition very shortly. Lee Chapman says, how's Home Alone? Not you, the film. Do you know what? That's why I was a bit late going live tonight. I was watching Home Alone. It's a Christmas film. The kids wanted to watch it. It's one of the best Christmas films out there. Chappers is right. We've just watched it. What's your favourite Christmas film? Nothing to do with football. But anyway, let's get back to some comments. Going to say this name. Am I saying it right? Rajij2312 on YouTube says, we do need another dimension to play when things aren't going well. Cedric Winkelberger on YouTube. Hello, Cedric. Thanks for watching. Says he would get Leon, Bailey and Mitrovic. Agreeing with me, Mitrovic. That is who we should get, in my opinion. Something different. Simon Mack says, have we heard that Benkovic could be going on loan to Derby in January? I hadn't heard that, Simon, but he hasn't played a moment for Leicester City. I don't think he's had a minute on the pitch, has he, this season? So fair enough. Go to Derby, get some more experience is what I would say. And Mark Wright is saying we should have got Peter Crouch all day long. I think that's gone, maybe 12 months ago. Chappers is saying thanks everybody for watching his watch along during the game against Man City. It went really well. He says, what do you want him to do it again? Chappers is asking. Basically, that was on YouTube. LCFC Boyer on YouTube says Home Alone is the best Christmas film. Agreeing with me. I think it is just about. Matthew Bond says barking mad. He's not good enough for our progression. Are you talking about? Oh, Matthew Bond is talking. Are you talking about Mitrovic? You think, Matthew, that I am barking mad? Fair enough. Jack Marsden says Rugani in January would show our intent. Sonderex saying we can't replace him easily as clubs know we have the money now. Well, clubs do know we got the money, but then you know every Premier League club has got the money. Adam Behag is saying, how about Bowen from Hull? That's a fair shout. I think I love it when we go down to the Championship and sign one of these players because they come hungry. Look at what has happened to James Maddison. How hungry is he as a player? He really is hungry, and I think that is exactly the sort of player. I've got no problem with going down to the Championship and picking up these players. Why Isaac is asking us, where does Leicester go after Vardy in the post-Vardy years? I think that's a topic for next summer or the summer after, but not one for now. LCFC Boy is saying Mitrovic isn't the kind of player who would be satisfied sitting on the bench, in his opinion. I agree, but I think he would get game time. I think he would get some game time. Sean Sarson is watching. Sean, what do you think? Get your views in. Let me know who you would sign in January, or would you sign nobody? Sonderak says, thoughts on Mehi? Such a talented young centre-back, would be a bargain for 30 million. I don't think we need another centre-back, if I'm honest with you. I don't think we need it. I think Soyuncu and Evans having a great season. I think we have got Wes Morgan on the bench, who's a decent replacement, and we have got Benkovic if we need. And we also have Daniel Amati coming back into full fitness, and Christian Fuchs can play there. I don't think the one place I think we need is a striker. Josh Butler, he's put one in for the mix for you. Josh says, would you have Jack Grealish? Do you know what? I think he's a great player. He's the sort, he reminds me of Robbie Savage. If he's in your side, I think you love Jack Grealish. I think he's a great player, really like him. I just don't think he would be right for Leicester City at the moment. I think he's too similar to people like Maddison, Tielemans. I think if you bought Jack Grealish, you'd have to play him, and I'm not sure what we'd do there. I think we'd have to. I just don't think he slots in at the moment. That's my honest. Chappers is saying he's doing a Christmas podcast, which will be live on Christmas Day, so get watching that. Kenny Giddings is saying, is it worth putting James Justin at right back and pushing Ricardo further up? Interesting one, Kenny. I think that would work, but I think that's upsetting the apple cart maybe a little bit. Cedric on YouTube making me smile, saying, let's get Lionel Messi in January, please. Don't think that's going to happen. Don't think that's going to happen. Right. Next competition, winner announced. And this is for the pink Adidas shirt. No, in fact, we'll do that one at the end, because that's the exciting one. Pink Adidas shirt will be at the end. This one is for the mini keg of Everard's beer, which he says, I've got a full one here. Here we go. That's for one of these from our pals at Everard's. Weighs an absolute ton. Tastes very nice as well. Now, the winner of that is, another drum roll, please, Roger. Well done, Roger. Can you see that? Roger's the winner. Well done, Roger. So Roger's won himself a mini keg of Everard's beer. Well done, Roger. Don't forget that the winner of the Kasabian jacket was... That's one winner. That's two winners. We've got a third winner. We'll do that right at the end before we get your score predictions in. Alex Green. Hi, Alex. You won before. How are you? Saying, I'm not keen on Grealish, to be honest. Lee Hinton says, let's just splash out and get Gareth Bale. I would take Gareth Bale, and I don't think that'd be too idiotic to have him on loan. I don't think he's playing much for Real Madrid, is he, at the moment? Why? Maybe he'd like to come to the team that's second in the Premier League for a little 4-month soiree, prove to some of the big clubs, and then, you know, why not? I think there's more chance of him coming to Leicester than there is of him going to Man United or somebody like that. Why not? Why not? Could happen. Isaac says, come on, Leicester versus Liverpool. They'll freak out when they see our Foxes with their teeth out. Get your score predictions in. Let's finish off this video. I want to see who's going to score the first goal for Leicester and what's the final score going to be, please. And we'll read some of those out. Ken Andrews says, Grealish is quality. He would fit in under Rodgers. I think he would fit in. Ken, I just ask you, who would drop out of the first team at the moment for Jack Grealish, knowing that Jack Grealish plays as that high pressing, attacking number 10 role? Surely that's James Maddison's best position. So I just don't see where Grealish would fit into the Leicester side at the moment. Andy Meadows says, what about Diego Costa? Is he available? I thought he was out in China, to be fair with you, Andy. Jack Marsden is saying Giroud. Again, Giroud's a good shout, but where is Giroud at the moment? I've lost track. Isn't he at Chelsea? The Birch is watching over on Facebook. Good evening to the Birch. Happy Christmas to you, Alan. Make sure you send all the fans best wishes from Leicester Fan TV to all the players when you see them, Birchie, for us. Thank you. David Gamble says Vardy's first goal on Boxing Day against Liverpool. What was the final score going to be, David? Get that in. Mark Wright says 4-0 to Liverpool. Mane to score first. Mark Wright, top fan on Leicester Fan TV, is predicting 4-0 to Liverpool. Here's a question to it. He's over on Facebook. Shall we block and ban Mark for saying comments like that? Mark, come on. I want to see a better prediction from that. Get that in that comments, else you'll be off. Not having that, not having Leicester fans predicting 4-0. Dave Tompkins is being slightly more positive, not pessimistic. Can't be more pessimistic than Mark Wright. Dave Tompkins says 2-1 to 2-2. Maddison to score first. Aggie, good evening, Aggie, says, hope we beat Liverpool, but can't see it. To be honest, can you see it? Rarajaj, I can't say your name, sorry, mate, on YouTube. Oh, let me say it again. Raj2312, you know who you are, says 2-1 to Leicester, Vardy to score. That's what I like, a bit of positivity. Positivity. Anthony LCFC Boyer says 2-1 to Leicester. Come on, you foxes. Please, yeah, if you want to subscribe on YouTube, please do, and obviously on Facebook, like and share the video. That'd be great. Matthew Bond, well done, Matthew. We might disagree on Mitrovic, Matthew, but at least you're going for a 1-0 Leicester win. Vardy to score in the 93rd minute, give them a piece of their own medicine, obviously referring to the Mane penalty incident. Kenny Giddings says 2-1 to Leicester with Vardy to score first. We'll beat the best side in the world. Lee Hinton is saying, I think we'll lose 3-1 again. Come on, Lee. Let's be more positive than that. It's Christmas. Anyway, Lee says Salah will score first. Qualities players can adjust. Grealish could slot in Perez's place, says Ken Andrews. I'd just put Mark Albrighton in there, if I'm honest with you, Ken. I think we've already got a player who can do that. Karen Kennel over on YouTube. And is that Auntie Karen? Hello, Auntie Karen. I don't know if it is. Says 1-1 with Vardy to score first. Talk LCFC says 2-2 Evans and Vardy to score in a draw. Yeah, Karen, it is Auntie Karen. Auntie Karen, you're normally watching on Facebook. What are you doing over on YouTube? Confusing me there. Keep those comments coming in. Dave Felstead says 2-2 all. Tielemans to score first. Alex Green says, Birchie, if you're watching, then my dad played with you in the 1970s. You probably wouldn't remember him, though. Best mates with Tommy Williams. Alex, come on, who was your dad? You've kept that quiet. You've kept that under bushel. Alex Green, you're one of the people who watch all these streams, and your dad used to play for Leicester City. Tell us more. We need to speak. We need more information. We need more memories. Even if he only played once at Filbert Street, he's still a legend to all of us. Mark Wright, good. Mark Wright, if you remember, a few minutes ago, predicted 4-0 to Liverpool. He's come back with a fresh comment, and he says, all right, sorry about that. He says, here's my new prediction. 9-0 to Leicester. Vardy scores first, then Andy King from 40 yards. That's what we like, Mark. Absolutely bonkers positivity. Thank you for that, Mark. Andy Medhurst says 2-1 with Evans to scores in the 90th minute and the roof will come off. Craig Jones is saying, even though he's watching on Facebook, he says, good evening to Auntie Karen, who's over on YouTube tonight. Raj2312 on YouTube says Barnes is long overdue a goal. We were talking about Harvey Barnes earlier. Joshua Goodwin says 3-1 to Leicester with Evans and Vardy to score 2, but Mane to score for Liverpool. Alex Green saying, I think Vardy will score. Really not sure which way it will go. Come on, Alex, tell us who your dad was. Keith Goodall says, Phil, are you sat on the toilet? No, I'm not, Keith. I'm not, honestly. I couldn't do a show sat on the toilet, or could I? That really would be at the bottom of the things. Joanna Astley is watching. Good evening, Joanna. What time do you call this? Mind you, you would say, what time is this? Normally 7:30 live every week on Facebook, now live on YouTube, and from next week also on Instagram live every Monday night. Now, let's do the final prize winner. We have got a pink shirt to give away. Now, don't forget, as far as I know, the club has sold out of the pink shirts. The City store off the market has sold out of the pink shirts. So if you want one, you can get one from LeicesterFanTV.com. We've got one to give away each month, thanks to the guys at Pink Vehicle Leasing. Get the plug in there, get the name check in there. Thanks to those guys. We've got one to give away now. We've got one to give away in January, one to give away in February. You get the idea. We've got one for the next 4 months to give away, thanks to those guys. So if you haven't got a pink shirt and you want to win one for free, you can get one here. So here is the winner of this month's Pink Vehicle Leasing, pink Leicester City shirt. Drum rolls, noises, fanfare, says the elf on the shelf. Ruth Walker has won this one. Well done, Ruth. We've had 2 lady winners tonight. Well done. Ruth Walker has won the pink shirt thanks to Pink Vehicle Leasing. So well done to Ruth, who wins that. Little reminder, well done to Roger. The Dodger won the mini keg of beer. Well done to Roger. And our first winner, thanks to Emergency Glazing Vehicles, is Rachel. So there's our 3 winners, 3 prizes. We'll set new competitions over the next couple of days. It's Christmas, so who knows when it will be. And keep them coming in. LCFC Boyer says, please make sure you like this video. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to Leicester Fan TV if you're over on YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, you guys know what to do. Like and swear if you can. Keith Goodall says, I swear I'm going to win this Pink Vehicle Leasing shirt one week. You will do, Keith. Keep trying. Matthew Bond says, well done to Ruth. Now, let's get back, because I saw Alex Green, who's one of the people on Facebook, commented, and she said her dad played for Leicester City. And Alex says his name was A.D. Green. He played in the mid-70s, played at Filbert Street many times and at the old Wembley. Not a player people remember, but one very proud daughter here. Alex, do you know what? That's great. A.D. Green. I'm going to have to look him up. I'll get my Fossils and Foxes book out and have a little look. Not a name I remember. I started watching Leicester way back in 1976. I don't know if he was still playing then for us, but great. Tell us more, Alex, about your dad. I think that's great that he used to play for Leicester. And I often think, obviously, some of these players from back in the day get forgotten, and I would like to do something about that. So it'd be great to almost do a Forgotten Foxes Hall of Fame. I am making that up, but does it sound like the sort of thing we should do? Do you agree, Alex? I think so. It's great to have people like Bertie around, but there is a lot of players who played for Leicester City who deserve a little mention. So well done. That's Alex Green, whose dad was A.D. Green, played for Leicester in the 70s, down at Filbert Street and at Wembley. I assume played in the Charity Shield then, or the Community Shield, whatever. It was the Charity Shield back then. 1971, Leicester played in that. So did your dad play in that one? Obviously, that's a great year, 1971, but I was 0 then. Jack Marsden saying, have a good Christmas. Yes, we really must wrap this up. It is almost Christmas. If you're over on YouTube, thank you very, very much for joining us on our first time that Leicester Fan TV's Monday Night Fanzone show is live on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please give us a like. Thanks for all those comments that are in there. Little comment from a Liverpool fan before we go. Sean on YouTube says, Liverpool fan here, think we'll get the win on Boxing Day. We missed so many chances against you at Anfield, and I think it'll be 3-1, but like to wish all the best to Leicester for the rest of the season, though. Thank you to you, Sean. Thank you indeed. I think that's very kind. I hope we give you a good gupping on Boxing Day, though. I wish you no luck at all against us, but thank you for your kind words. And Andy Medhurst is saying, is it true there's free beer on Boxing Day? I've been told, absolutely unofficially, there is free beer on Boxing Day. But if you don't say you heard it from me, but I do know there is beer there on Boxing Day. Cheers. Thanks, Top. We'll raise a glass to Top and, of course, to Vijay on Boxing Day. Do you think we can beat Liverpool? Final question, nice and quick. If you do, give us a like. If you do, give us a like and a share and whatever you want to do. Come on, Leicester. We can beat Liverpool. If there's a team we fancy it against, it's Liverpool. I think we can do it. Thanks for watching. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. We'll see you before the match outside the Blues Bar and after the Blues Bar on Boxing Day night. If you can't get down to the ground, try and keep up to date with us on Facebook, YouTube, and don't forget it's on Amazon Prime, which you can sign up for free and then just cancel it and watch the game. Thanks everybody who's been watching, everybody over on YouTube. Thanks to everybody as ever on Facebook, and I'll see you after Christmas. Happy Christmas. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll do it again next week, next Monday, after we've beaten Liverpool and West Ham.